Hello my donkeys, how you doing today? Thank you for stopping by my channel, I appreciate you. So, is theisle/theisle Evrima worth buying after update 6.5? Now, this video will be set apart in timestamps, which will all be down below if you want to look through them. If you find something more interesting than others, feel free. Reason being is, I'm not going to be just talking about why it's worth or not worth buying after update 6.5, but we'll dive into a bit into legacy as well as Evrima in general, what's coming up, what they're saying is going to come up, for example, future playables, what we have at the moment, what just came out, all the good stuff, and let's say some of the bad stuff that's come with it too. Because I feel like it's quite important to also talk about legacy, because you are kind of buying a game that's two games in one. Sure, legacy is a bit old now, but still nostalgia for most people. A lot of people still go back to it. I've actually got a few videos of legacy coming up soon too, so I like to jump on it every once in a while. But legacy to me does show me why Evrima's better, to be honest with you. Feel free to argue with me about that below in the comment section, but that's just my opinion, and I'll completely respect yours, of course. And yeah, that set aside, a lot of the things I am going to be saying are personal opinions. There will be some facts, of course, as well as stuff that actually has happened and will be happening in the game. Anything else is just my opinion. Feel free to talk to me about it if you agree or disagree, what you think, what your thoughts are, and where you think the game will be after update 7 comes out. So let's get started. So update 6.5 has been out for maybe what, a month and a bit now at the time of recording this video, and we've got these 4 new playables. We've got Cerato, we got Gallimumus, we got Trudon, and we got Bape. One that probably I heard the most hate on at the beginning. Everyone was like, oh, not another one of these little ones. I mean, same as Trudon, but gotta say that it really turned. I remember when I put a poll out saying what dinos is everyone looking forward to, and Bape was at the bottom of that list. I then asked that poll again about a month and a half later, and Bape was on top of the list. People's minds have really changed, and a lot of people are enjoying this dino. And to be fair, people are enjoying all 4 of these dinos. You're always hearing Trudons around going, ooh, wah! And then you got your Ceratos, you know, I mean, they're the most played one, I would say, and which is probably a no-brainer. It's another Predator, mid-sized one. Smaller on the size, of course, compared to Carno, but a lot of fun. And you got Galli, which just loves to go around kicking stuff, and I know it's an omnivore, but it's a lot more of a predator than a herbivore, I would say, in the way at least it's been played. Gallis, when I see them and I'm small, doesn't matter what dino I am, I fear for my life. I know that they're gonna come at you like 9 times out of 10. And then you got Trudon, which, to be honest with you, is my least favorite, simply because all I can see is grass. Even when I'm fully grown, most of the time I see is grass. It's annoying. But yeah, these are all the new playables. And of course, there were some mechanics updates, for example, Paki and Carno. Let's be honest, they're probably the main 2 that most people think about that changed mechanic wise in this update. They got a kick in. Now, most people will just say that, it's a skill. And you know what? They're alright. You know what? I played Carno at the beginning and I was like, this is absolutely unplayable. Thinking to myself, Jesus, I can't believe the dino that I really enjoyed playing. I didn't play it for a few weeks, and then I started playing it again properly, and I realized they pretty much just have to manage the hell out of this dam, and then you're pretty much good. Now, of course, it's not as easy as it was before, and that's good. It shouldn't be too easy to play any dinosaur. There should be definitely a skill level for everything, because that's what makes people main a dino, right? You can't just jump on and play any dino. It is a PvP game after all as well. But yeah, that's the thing. Carno, apart from its run, which is absolutely ridiculous, which, as you can see here, I don't know what they did with it. Here's a showcase of it when it's smaller, and then here's a showcase of it when it's bigger. It just looks ridiculous. I don't know what, I mean, it was great before. Why change it? I really don't understand that. And personally also, I think Carno, all it really needed was a bit of a nerf for its ram speed, since it was like, what, 1 second and you could ram instantly. So that should have definitely been decreased, which it has, which is good. So it's definitely a negative and a positive in this. It's not as easy as it was before. That's why you don't see as many Carnos, or at least not as many full-grown Carnos. And then you got Paki. Now, I was a Paki main. Well, I didn't really call myself that, but most people ended up calling me that, so I went with it. Which is kind of true, because I did mainly upload videos of Paki, because I enjoyed it so much. and that kind of got destroyed in this update. It is definitely nowhere near as good as it was before. It is very hard to play. The stun, where is that? So you're pretty much relying on having to be quite a few of you, probably mixing with some Tenos. But yeah, it's pretty difficult, but I do believe still that with enough time you can get good at Paki 2 within this update. But we all know that it's probably all going to change in the next update. Otherwise it's going to stay the same for Paki and Kano, or it's going to get worse or better. But yeah, so update 6.15 also introduced a new roadmap. Something that everyone was waiting for, because I did say in update 6.5 the roadmap will be getting an update. No one really expected it to be this kind of update. I just thought they were just going to change it, like, okay, here's actually what it's going to be like now from now on. But no, they gave us a live roadmap, which is cool. I like it. It's kind of more surrounded by secrets, like, oh, okay, we're giving you this, but we're not going to tell you what else we're giving you. You're going to have to think about it. And it's quite nice because it's like a game within itself. What are they actually going to give us next? And update 6.15 of course gave us Unreal Engine 5.1, so the game definitely looks better. Not as good as Unreal Engine 5.1 can look, because we all know that this map is not actually intended for it. So things look better. There's more of an environment, more of a feel to the game, let's say now. Like you get a lot of oranges and reds throughout the mornings and nights, which is really nice. It adds a lot of hue to the game, and I like that. Adds a bit more character, let's say. And of course the water looks great, even though it kind of looks like Coca-Cola. I think that update 6.15 is mostly promising. It's a good direction for this game. The playables were good. I mean, they gave us 4 as well, which makes sense because update 6 only gave us humans, which were literally pointless because they were unfinished as hell. But move forward to this and it's much better. Now, of course, a lot of people have been dealing with a lot of fatal errors and crashes with the game. Hopefully it's around the corner, that fix. But for me personally, and most of the people I play with, it's been pretty damn good. I mean, I have gotten a few fatal errors here and there, of course, as well, but not so many to the point that I can't play the game for a day. So yeah, that's about it for update 6.5 from what I can say. So now let's talk about the future of the Isle, at least with what they're saying, and I'm pretty sure they'll deliver. And the future is probably more important than even the present at the moment, because regardless whether the game's in a good state or a bad state, we always need a better future. That's the only way a game is really gonna survive and bring more people in, which brings us more funds, right? It's all a circle. But let's start off with the dinos they have so far promised us that are coming next. So you got Dilo, you got Herrera, you got Diablo, which is probably gonna be my favorite, T-Rex, Triceratops, Oviraptor, questionable, and Maya. And then finally, Kentro. Now each of these dinos do bring a different playstyle. Dilo is going to be venomous. You've got Herrera, which can climb. Diablo, which is pretty much going to be a small Triceratops. You're going to be angry all the time, kind of like a Paki, headbutt and everything, but it's going to be a fun little chubby dino to play. T-Rex, do I need to say anything about it? Everyone knows about T-Rex. It's going to be the jaws of the Isle. Then you got Triceratops, pretty much a reflection of T-Rex, but for herbivores. Powerhouse, slow, tanky, but also really cool. I really hope they keep the one call from Legacy, or at least a variation of it, because I mean, let me just play it for you here. It's just too sick. This is what made me fall in love with Tri. Amazing sound design. Oviraptor, which is, if I'm correct, I didn't read too much into it to be very honest with you, but an egg stealer. And then you got Maya. Well, we'll see how different that's going to be in this, because it's pretty much just a cow that can run. And then you got Kentro, a spiky little devil that's going to be in the Eye of Evrima. That's most likely going to be the one that replaces Stego. It'll be interesting. You have to really try your best to bite its head, or just bite it really, and stuff like that. So it's good. There'll be a lot of protection, and it'll be faster than the Stego too, because obviously it'll be lighter and smaller. So that's going to be really interesting, but we'll see about that. But either way, all different play styles, so this is a lot of opportunity for the game to grow, which is exactly what we need and want, right? You've got Apexes, which is going to be very questionable. A lot of people on the fence. I think most people I've spoken to are unhappy with the decision of Apexes coming into the game this early, but better to test it now than later. But then also you can make the argument that we should just add all the mid tiers and bigger mid tiers that kind of pseudo Apexes, let's say, and then add actual Apexes. I don't think any argument's ever going to be 100% correct. We just kind of have to just see how it all goes. But yeah, and then the rest, you've got your mid tiers and small tiers, and they all have quite diverse playstyles. And then you have, of course, the new map, Gateway, which they have said will come out in the next update or section, however you want to call what they've called the new version of an update. But yeah, Gateway is probably going to be the thing that will change the game the most out of even T-Rex being in there. The whole point of this map is that it's meant to be a better version and a finished version, or at least mostly finished, comparing to the one we've got now, which kind of is not a great map. I mean, of course, people are bored of it too. Doing the same thing and nothing's really changed. Northwest was pretty much the last big new area that they've given us, and then they split the whole of center in two, let's say, and now you've got kind of south center, some people call it, and then you've got actual center. But yeah, Gateway is going to be a game changer. I mean, like I said as well earlier on, Unreal Engine 5.1 is made for this, so the game should look amazing, and I cannot wait personally to even explore. And that itself is going to be one big thing for people, that you can explore so much. There's going to be so many things that no one's seen yet. And then you will have migration, another mechanic that will be coming to the game, which is what was meant to come out in update 6 or 6.5. I don't remember of the two. I believe it was 6. But damn, that one did annoy me a little bit. They didn't come out, but it is what it is. No point crying over it. We'll just wait for it to come out when it does. I've got a lot of videos planned for that, because I know it sounds simple, pretty much go from point A to point B. It's not literally going from one side of the map to another. Dinosaurs are going to know this, predators are going to know this. They're going to otherwise learn when migration starts, or if it's random, they'll know what to look out for, like herds of dinos. And it's going to be up to you as a herbivore to protect your young. That in itself is going to bring out so many diverse and fun gameplay styles just from one thing that you're forced to have to go. And just like you can see on the map here, where you've got a kind of the land bridge, if that's going to be part of the migration, which I kind of hope it will be, that at least if there's a few variations of the migration, let's say path, that hopefully one of them will lead you to that island. Kind of, you'd have to cross there, you know, so you're forced to cross the land bridge, which means obviously stuff like dinos or spinos, baryonyx, and maybe other AI will be able to get its hands on you a lot easier. Maybe it's small enough they can only travel in single file across it, or maybe only two side by side, who knows. So it'll be very interesting, scary as well, which, you know, it is meant to be a horror game as well, so I think there'll be no better way than doing that, really. And then of course something will come back from Legacy, which will be weather, a much better version of it, a lot more dynamic as well in comparison to what we had before. And that's again gonna make everything feel more alive, feel better, gonna add an actual atmosphere to the game, which I'm all for. And you see, all of these things are all positives. None of these are really negatives, apart from Oviraptor, sorry, you know, which I wouldn't really even say is a negative. That's just personally I don't like very small dinos that you can only see grass with. But who knows, maybe in Gateway that won't even be a problem, which would then again make it more fun to play little dinos. Anyway, apart from that, it's pretty much 95% positive for the future. Yes, it might take time. We're not going to get all of this year either. I know it's August, and it's, you can look at it like, oh well, we've got quite a few months before the new year, but I want them to do it correctly and to release them with as little bugs as possible. I think it's looking bright, you know, for that reason there I would say it's good. As in the state that it is in now, it's still great, and we'll get onto Legacy in a bit. Let's just wrap up the whole Evrima part now. I would definitely say, personally, it's worth buying. If I had the choice now to buy it again, I would. Yes, it has a lot of problems as it is now, but it has improved, and you cannot say it hasn't. As a community, we've all complained about the game a lot, but it has only progressed. I mean, for sure, there have been some bugs that have been even worse than others that have come new. At the moment, the only thing that's really bad, like at least for me, I know a lot of people have had bad experiences with the fatal errors, like I've said earlier on, and not so much for me. I guess I'm lucky that way. Apart from that is humans. Humans should be absolutely removed until fixed, because if you play humans, FOI do not, they will destroy your computer. Well, not your computer. They will fatal error you out of the game. But apart from that, the game's pretty good. You've got a lot of challenges, a lot of time to spend to learn the dinosaurs again. Like Kano, it's learnable. You can get good with it. Paki, like I said earlier on, I'm sure you can get good with it if you just put the time in. Tenno's still fun. You just gotta manage the stam. And all the new playables are fun. Even Trudon, even if you're just crying your tits off in the night, just so everyone knows you're there, even though they'll never see you because you're so small and you never come up to them. And then you've got the Bebe, which makes the waters feel more alive, and surprisingly one of the most fun dinos to play and to just pretty much chill with. But yeah, update 6.15 definitely pushed the game into a better direction. But yeah, enough of Evrima. Now let's get on to Legacy. So Legacy is pretty much what started all of this off. I mean, we got this map here, Isla V3. It's currently what 99% of the population play on. You have also got this one here called Fenya, which is heavily unfinished, but still playable, can still be fun. It's cute in its own little way. But I'll definitely say Isla V3 is the one to play on. That's the map that everyone and most people have grown up with now and have loved. And it's what made the Isle for them. Now here's some of the playables that you can play in Legacy but not in Evrima. Some of these may not even be coming into Evrima and you might only be able to play with them in Legacy, but I think pretty much all of them will be coming if I'm correct. So I'm only going to name the dinos pretty much that you can play pretty much without having to get into a Discord and yeah, ask for permission to play them or to buy them, let's say, with Discord money. So you've got stuff like T-Rex, you've got Giga, you've got Trike, you've obviously got Utahraptor, which you also have in Evrima, you've got Diabloceratops, and you got Dilo. These are just a few that you can play that a lot of people love. You have also got dinos like Spino and Acro, let's say, Pew and Kama, just to name a few, Shant as well, that you can play, but you'd have to unfortunately get them in if you're in the right Discord. For example, if you go into Asura, that's where I usually play when I go into Legacy. It's a mix packing server. I mean, there's 0 rules, so everyone mix packs, and it's kind of one of those servers that if you don't mix pack, you're gonna die. There's always mega herds. But yeah, Legacy is pretty much mainly there now for nostalgia. But Legacy is also pretty much just an ass riding simulator. The only thing you can really do, I mean, there's a few more other skills that you can learn, which is kind of more, not a skill, but learning bugs in the game. Like T-Rex has a very long jaw in a sense that it can bite quite far in front of itself. Almost any small dino, I'm not talking about Dryo of course, but any small dino like even Uta can one-on-one Rex just by ass riding. It'll take time, and the Rex will obviously have an opportunity of just one tap in it, but the Uta, if it's good enough at ass riding, you're done for, which is kind of bad in my opinion. That's why I kind of like in Evrima that they've got stuff like ult attacks and the bodies. You can't just walk through a dino like you can in Legacy. It actually feels like you've got a body, which is great. Another thing is spawn points, absolutely horrific. You don't get to choose like in Evrima where you kind of want to choose to go northwest, let's say, or south, for example. You just spawn and it spawns you wherever. Most of the time, it'll be in a horrible place like on a mountain somewhere, and you're just going to be like, damn, how the hell do I find food or water? Or how do I find my friend? And it takes you like an hour to get to each other. And that's if you don't die along the way. And then of course, you can't really turn around on the spot like you can in Evrima, so if you get too close to a cliff, be very careful because you might well be dead because you can't walk backwards, which you can't also in Evrima, but at least on Evrima you can turn around on the spot 90 degrees if need be, which is a lot more realistic. On this one you're kind of like driving a car, so that can't reverse. If you're near a cliff, you might not be able to turn enough to actually avoid that. And of course a lot of these are pretty much negatives. But not to shit on Legacy, because it's what got me into the game and I'll always be thankful for it. And as I've said early on, I still like jumping into it, even though most of the time it's just that reminds me of why Evrima's that good. Not that I purposely going for that reason, but whilst I'm playing it, I'm like, Evrima's definitely gone in the right direction, regardless of how slow the progress is, which is good to see. I would always say try them both, don't go for just one or the other. It's an experience that I think you should try. I would definitely say Legacy is a lot more on the horror side. Nighttime is terrifying, especially when you start hearing dilos. You know you're done for. Apart from that, I'll also show you here. I know most of you are going to know how to do this anyway, but believe me, I haven't personally again had this, but I've had quite a few friends that have told me stories whilst they played in Legacy, and people ask them, oh, how do you get PT? Because they just don't know how to actually change from Legacy to Evrima. Because again, there's not really any place that shows you how to do it. You just kind of find friends and people tell you. So I'm going to show you on the screen now how to do it exactly. You literally just go into Steam, you go into the properties of your game, go into betas, and you click on for Evrima and off for Legacy. Simple as that. It just needs to update over. So yeah, but apart from that, Legacy, there's not that much more to talk about compared to Evrima and update 6.5. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know. If there's again any thoughts on your mind or anything maybe I even said wrong and that was a mistake, let me know down below and correct me. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's a bit longer than usual. There was just a lot to say, and I'm thinking about next doing a video about Kentro and Diablo, at least talking about it, what I think it's going to be like in the Isle, and probably the two dinos that I'm looking forward to the most, especially Diablo. Anyways, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.